Welcome back to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. You got Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, right here at your service in your neighborhood, lending not only throughout the state of Florida, but in all 50 states. If you need any help, I'm here to help. You can reach me at 407 706 3313 or my Tampa office at 813-213-4009. Or go to WeBringYouHome.com. I help with purchases, refinances, home equity line of credit, construction to perm loans, build on your own land, renovation loans, reverse mortgages, you name it, I got it. And I'm a direct lender. I'm not a mortgage broker, folks. I'm not going out to find another lender that can do your loan. That's what mortgage brokers do. And the misnomer that people have is that a mortgage broker can go out and shop multiple banks to get you the best rate. You know what they do? They go out and shop most mortgages and then find out who's going to pay them the biggest commission. My loan officers on my team, they don't get commission. Call me. You'll always get a straight shooter, and we're going to get the job done, and we're going to get you a great rate at the lowest possible cost. And we're going to make sure that you always have the right advice so that you can make a good decision and make money in your investments. That's what it's all about. That we're not buying homes just to live in a home. We want that to be a great investment for you. We want you to look back and make money. I mean, I talk about my son Chase all the time. He works for a charity and he doesn't make a great deal of money. His wife's a teacher. They scrape by every month, but they're both giving back because she's a teacher. She loves helping kids. He works for a nonprofit and they get by. But the fact of the matter is that I told my kids that they have to buy a home within 2 to 3 years after they graduate from college. So guess what? He did. And he scraped by to get this house. I mean, he did a 3% down program, got the seller to pick up closing costs. And now he's been in the house for less than 4 years and he has almost $200,000 in equity in the property. Now, how can you say you got $200,000 in the bank? Do you have $200,000 in the bank? I don't know 27-year-olds that do, not unless they inherited it. And I'm not giving my kids any money, not until I'm dead. I'm going to spend everything I got. I'm going to try to anyway. So that doesn't mean that my kids aren't going to be taken care of. They're going to end up inheriting my portfolio of real estate. But I set my trust up so that they have to contribute to the trust before they can get the trust. How do you like that? There's strings attached. So I don't want anybody being, and I don't have any kids that are slackers, trust me, but I don't want to just give people money. I want them to learn how to make money with my money. So it'd be just like feeding people rather than teaching them how to grow their crops. It's the same thing. It's biblical. I want to make sure that when I help people, I'm helping them grow. I'm just not giving them a handout. So that's the way it is. Listen, and if it wasn't for people helping me, help me grow, help me get on a straight line when I was off my straight line, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I like to pay it forward. I like to help other people. I want to see you grow. I want to see your kids grow. I want to see your grandchildren grow. You can help them. You listen to my program all the time and you're not even interested in buying your real estate or refinancing, but you know people that need it. Why don't you reach out and help me? Connect me with them. I promise you, I can absolutely guarantee you, you connect me with your adult children or adult grandchildren, your employees, I'm going to help them and it will be 100% to their advantage. I'm not ever going to try to convince somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. I will lay it out. I'll give you a game plan. If you don't qualify today, if they don't qualify today, I'll show them how to qualify. It's not that difficult. I'll show them how I can get them into a mortgage at some point, even if they don't qualify today. So allow us the opportunity to help your children, your grandchildren. And listen, if you eventually are going to leave your kids money, and they don't have enough money for a down payment, I can get them down payment assistance, or you can help them with a gift. Why not give them money while you're still alive and you can protect it? Because I can tell you this much, once you die and they get your money, they're going to buy an F-150. They're going to buy a Boston Whaler. They're going to get an 80-inch screen TV. And then the next thing, all that money goes to hell in a handbasket. I know it. I see it all the time. And I'm telling you, if you don't have a will and trust set up, and wills don't do it, by the way, you need a trust. If you need a referral for a will and trust, you call me. I'll connect you with the right people that can help you with that. But you need to have that set up. The worst thing you can do is leave property or assets to your children. They will destroy it, and they will destroy each other, and it will destroy the family. I'm telling you right now. I see it all too often. Get yourself a will and trust, get yourself set up. But if you're going to leave them money, why don't you leave them money now? Because if you do it toward a home and you say, I'm going to help you out with your down payment, well, they can't go piss it away. It's tied up in the home. They can't get out of it. And if you want, I'll even add you to the deed so you can make sure they can't go behind you and get an equity loan and tap that money out in the future. I can protect that. I can show you how to do it. But we need to help more of our family members. So all of you folks that listen to me every week, I want you to think about how many people you could help, because you can help more people. And don't we want to be helped? Don't we want to? Don't we truly want to do something that's going to help change the planet and help people that otherwise wouldn't be able to become homeowners? I know you do. I know you do. I talk to you folks all the time. I get calls and I go, hey, I don't listen to your show, but my dad said I have to call you for my mortgage. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for that. I really am. I want you to know that you can count on me. You can count on me to make sure I take care of your kids the way I take care of my own. And I promise you, sometimes they'll listen to me more than they're going to listen to you. So write my number down. Save me in your phone. Tampa 813-213-4009, or Orlando at 407-706-3313, or go to webringyouhome.com. Let's get that application started. I will help them. I will make sure that they have all the right information to become a homeowner. All right. We talked a little bit more about 50-year mortgages. If it means whether you can get into a home or you're going to rent, then a 50-year mortgage might work. They're not coming out yet. It's not going to be anytime soon, because they're going to have to revamp the whole QM guidelines for mortgages. So that's got to change. Now we're hearing about portability. So if you've got the golden handcuffs and you're sitting on a 2.5% fixed rate mortgage, wouldn't it be nice to port that into a new property? Well, it's done in some countries, but their money exchange in those countries isn't quite like it is in the United States. Mortgages here are tied to the bond market. Canada is controlled by their government. UK is controlled by their government. So here, the private sector buys mortgage-backed securities and treasury notes. So here's what would happen. Let's say you have a 2.5% 30-year fixed rate and you want to buy a bigger property. Wouldn't it be nice to port that 2.5% rate over? Well, let me ask you a question. If I had you deposit money into your bank account, let's just say I'm a banker and I say, hey, put $50,000 in this bank account. I'm going to give you 2.5% interest. And you go, okay, that's what interest rates are. And now it's 5 years later and you should be able to get 11%. So do you want to now switch that over to getting your 11%, or do you just want to keep getting your 2.5%? Of course, you want the 11%. Well, the bank's no different, and banks work off profit. So if they've got a 2.5% rate and now they can get 6.5%, you think they're going to let you port that mortgage over? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't see it's going to. And I have people that argue with me about that, but you would literally have to go in and change and amend every note on every mortgage. And since mortgages are sold in bundles, your mortgage isn't sold into the secondary market individually. It's bundled. So all those bundles would have to be changed. I don't see it happening. I don't see any advantage for the lending industry or for the bond market to be able to port mortgages. I don't see it happening. Could it happen? Yeah, it could. I don't see it happening anytime soon. So don't get hung up on portable mortgages. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Here is some good news, though. Fannie Mae actually reduced or eliminated their guideline for a minimum credit score of 620. So that's gone now. There is no minimum credit score of 620 anymore. So if you had a 619 score, you couldn't get a conventional loan. Now you could. Now, is it the right thing to do? Everyone's different. You're all different. I wouldn't generally put a client into a conventional loan that had even a 635 score unless the purchase price exceeded an FHA limit or the client already had an FHA loan. That's the only time. Otherwise, I'd get you into an FHA loan because FHA does not have credit score requirements when it comes to risk-based pricing like conventional loans do. So your interest rate, if you had a 635 credit score on a conventional loan, would be much higher than if I got you an FHA loan. So you want somebody that's going to look at the whole picture and go, you could get either one of these products. Let's look at the differences in the two because each one's going to have its own pro and con. FHA may have a lower rate, but you have PMI. And if you're putting down 20 or 30%, you're still going to have that mortgage insurance. But if the interest rate is significantly lower, we can ride that interest rate out. And then when conventional loans do drop to a lower interest rate, refinance to a conventional loan then. That's strategy, my friends. That is learning how you can take advantage of leveraging your money. 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313 or Tampa at 813-213-4009. My name is Bruce Woodburn. I am the loan arranger, CrossCountry Mortgage. If you are looking for a mortgage, CrossCountry Mortgage has all the products, but if you don't go to WeBringYouHome.com or you don't call my number, I am not going to guarantee you're going to get one of my branches, and I will not be able to help monitor your transaction. So you make sure you're going to WeBringYouHome.com. Okay. Don't go to CrossCountry.com. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. That goes directly to me, directly to my branch. My team's going to get the process started for you. And then I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to tell you how I think the best way for you to proceed with a refinance or a purchase transaction. Now, veterans, you're being preyed upon for refinances right now. Preyed upon. You are a target. Same with FHA clients. Now, listen, you can do a VA streamline refinance Earl. A lot of people think that there's no closing cost involved in it. That's not true. That's a lender trick. And I'm going to tell you the trick. It isn't no closing costs. It's that we can add the closing cost into the loan. Now, you should not have to add any more than is absolutely necessary to cover the title insurance because you don't need an appraisal. You don't need a survey. Okay. I don't charge any lender fees up front. You only have title insurance and some miscellaneous fees. Now, I found that a lot of folks that were applying for a streamline refinance didn't like how much they had to add to their existing mortgage because they were trying to do it in November. November is when your taxes are due. So what happened is you've got this escrow account, but the lender has to build in 12 months more taxes in order to fulfill the obligation for your escrows. Well, if we do it in December, it changes the whole thing. So December is a better month than November to do a refinance. Just is. It's just the way it is because the way our taxes fall. So if it didn't work for you in November, call me up. Let's look at December and see if that may be a better opportunity. Again, I'm here to help you win. I'm not here to sell you on anything. Let's analyze your situation and let's make sure you get the very best of either a purchase or a refinance transaction. I've got conventional loans, FHA, VA, USDA, zero money down, construction perm loans, VA construction perm loans, no money down, up to $1.5 million. 5% down up to 2 million. I've got conventional loans on a construction perm with 5% down, FHA with 3.5% down. I mean, literally, home equity lines of credit, reverse mortgages if you're aging out. Let's help you get what you need. My name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the Loan Arranger. I'm grateful for you tuning in today, and I hope to have you join me every week, and I'm always here to help you and your family. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you.